All right, so here in Michigan, basically we are opening back up. I know it's still April, but they've said they're going to open up construction first end of the first week of May, so which is a week ahead of schedule than what they told us before. So that's great. But if you're like me, you're probably either already getting calls or are about to get a bunch of calls about people now wanting their projects done. And for me, it's absolutely I've been this is easy for me, but you basically have to be really picky with the work you choose to do. Not every customer is the same. There a lot of them are probably just getting 5, 10, 15 estimates. I would highly recommend you pre-qualify over the phone. Ask them questions, ask them a bunch of questions, keep them talking, and get the most information. And then you can just call me, say, hey, we're not interested. It wouldn't be a good fit for our business right now with our schedule. Whatever you want to tell them. Just say, hey, no, sorry, we're too busy right away. Some customers call, and I don't even ask them what kind of project they have, because it doesn't matter. I don't have time. And with the work that I have in the schedule and coming up, I have one job that they want me to do the work, but I can't really. I can make a contract for them, but I can't put them on the schedule because I don't know when I can actually start. And if I don't know when I can start, then I can't really guarantee a time. Therefore, I'm not going to take a deposit on the job just because I don't know. I absolutely don't know. There's some small jobs I've been taking up just because they're one day, half a day. I will, at the end of this, I'll put a couple pictures of some text, then, some tire kickers, basically. One gentleman asked me to, he saw my, my reviews on Nextdoor app, and you can tell, right away, hey, somebody else fell through. So it's like, there's always a reason why the other guy fell through. Always, 100%. If it's a great customer, that person would have went, above and beyond to make sure that they did that job because they wanted the money. But, if I have not actually seen where like a great customer lost their contractor for any reason. Like, they always have somebody that they know and they recommend because they're a great customer. They always pay. They never balk at pricing, etc., etc. So, even with me being, I would never, if my truck broke down, I would just get a rental, a U-Haul, get my tools, get everything to the job site, and deal with my truck later, because obviously you got to take care of your customers or somebody else will. So when I hear of customers saying, hey, my last guy, he just disappeared on me, he's not returning my phone calls, except it's a red flag, because if they're a quality customer, that wouldn't happen. I'm not saying all the time, but I'm saying probably 99% of the time, right? So that's a red flag. Definitely don't do free estimates unless I do free estimates if I'm right here and I can get a couple pictures, email them, boom, there you go. And that's exactly what I did with these two text messages. They sent me a couple pictures. One wanted me to come take a look at it. Even though it's less than 2 miles away from my house, I'm not interested. It's a stuck quarter turn valve, and they're calling it something else, which had me thinking it was like the main water supply or something like that. So, but picture, okay, that's the quarter turn valve, stuck, no problem. This is my minimum price, and that particular customer, I didn't quite recognize the name. It sounded familiar, but it turned out I did a small door job for them like years ago. So, and I think it was, when my pricing was super low because I was just trying to make a name for myself. So now that my prices are higher, I knew for a fact that, they're probably looking for a $50 fix, et cetera, because the customer said, oh, I think it's repairable. I think you can just get the internals of the valve, etc. Which, no, like it just, you cut it out, or you solder, you sweat it off, and then you put a new one on, or it's no. Anyways, you can. There's ones that are repairable, but just not those. So, anyways, protect your time. Like, I have no problem. We sitting there watching, Ozark, and then shooting off a quick estimate, just to get it out there. And if they approve it, great. For 15 minutes worth of work, including drive time, $200, $199, no problem. Minus, probably $14 in valves and materials, so, or less than that. So I've got no problem with that. But absolutely be protective of your time. Don't say yes to everything. I don't know about everybody else, but being stressed out about having so much work to do is worse than actually having the work booked. The jobs I have now are fantastic. There's no absolute time, crunch table on them. It's just get it done when you can get it done. Just keep working on it. And their customers are fantastic. Hey, this costs extra. It costs extra. So be it. And again, it goes with communication. Your site, I can only, repair what I see. If there's additional stuff, then it's change order time. And then everything else is just as I have, as I have time, free time to do it. I'm looking to hire at least one guy permanently. It'd be nice. Hopefully two. And it'd be nice if they actually had some sort of skills. Obviously, I don't need them to have tools, but they definitely need to have reliable transportation and availability for sure. So, yeah, that's basically, probably 2 or 3 calls. I know some people get like 10, 15 calls a day. I don't, that's not me. I don't advertise. So I get maybe 1. I probably get 5 calls, texts, emails, leads a week, 2 on one day, no on the next day, then 2 on the, so, but if I land one of those, or if I don't land any of them, it doesn't matter. I have work lined up. And again, I'm a small operation, thus small overhead. That's why I've been weathering this COVID storm so well. Having a wife that works obviously helps. I'm not saying that she's still working full time. Even actually, she's putting in the contractor hours as a banker for sure. So it's crazy, but yeah, definitely back on track, guys. Definitely keep don't overbook yourself. Under promise, over deliver. Just if I would say get organized. You've probably already used this time to get organized, but you're gonna have a bunch of people calling you for stuff, and this is the time to raise your prices. This is the time not to give discounts or not to do free services, because you don't need to. Absolutely don't need to. So I'll run in these 2 quick pictures. I'll show you guys exactly what these are. This is just tire kickers. People who didn't know what the actual job cost. In the first picture is the guy wanted a non-load bearing wall, which he sent me a couple pictures, but I'm not on site to verify it. So, I gave him a quote for non-load bearing wall and then 6 or 12 lights installed in the ceiling. So, knocking it out, some drywall work, ceiling drywall work, and he was covering painting and stuff. So, yeah, I think that estimate took me a whole 5 to 10 minutes to write and ship off to him when I'm just, chilling out here or downstairs in the basement or something. And the other one was the valve one. So pretty straightforward, pretty simple, but you want to protect your time and don't give out too many free services, because your time is and in the end of the day is what's valuable. So like and subscribe. We'll be posting a bunch more videos and content on my Patreon. So I'll leave that link in the description. And I'll leave a couple extra videos at the end of this and cards, and let me know what you guys think. Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a good day. All right, so as promised, here is the first one about the load-bearing wall, internal lighting, all that kind of stuff. So it took me not even 10 minutes to send this off to him. No on-site visit, but obviously I would verify that I was a load-bearing wall on the visit itself. But, save myself the extra trip down there and however much more time as well. So that it just saves my time. And this one here, that plumbing, super easy, but I remember him, not being, kind of cheap and frugal, and sending driving to this house and spending however much time just talking about all the other things, it's not worth my time. Absolutely. So quick estimate, send it out to him.